Hello, this is Danielle from Activity Mix, one last time to introduce Dr. Katherine Rolland, again, who is our nutritional guru for the Health Challenge. So she has provided advice already on how to eat well, about food groups and portions and what best to do. She's also spoke to you guys about things to eat and help with stress, immune system and tiredness. So check these videos out if you haven't already. But what she's going to speak to you today is about nutrition for training and what you should eat before and after your sessions to really help you get the best out of it, as well as help you get ready for your final sessions. So thank you so much. Good luck. We'll see you at the final assessment.
The dietary needs of the athlete are in essence very similar to those of the average individual. Differences may arise because of increased energy needs, the timing of meals, and the importance of maintaining a high intake of carbohydrate during training and after competition. Really, the key consideration in any sports performance is the need for energy that is additional to that required for maintaining normal metabolism and everyday physical activity. Carbohydrate is a key fuel source for exercise, especially during prolonged, continuous, or high-intensity exercise. The body stores carbohydrate as glycogen in the muscles and liver. However, its storage capacity is very limited. When these carbohydrate stores are inadequate to meet the fuel needs of an athlete's training program, the results include fatigue, reduced ability to train hard, impaired competition performance, and a reduction in immune system function. The major supply of energy during exercise comes from fats and carbohydrates. The choice of fuel depends on several aspects of the exercise, of which the most important is the intensity. At rest, almost all of the body's energy is supplied from fat. It is the most efficient source of energy. However, it is a slow producer of energy and uses more oxygen than carbohydrate metabolism does. Energy obtained from fat allows the body to go for long periods of time and maintain a steady pace. However, even at low rates of exercise, the body has to use a small amount of carbohydrate to complete the metabolism of fat. When looking at sources of energy, it's useful to have an idea of what are nutrient-dense carbohydrate foods, such as breads, cereals, and grains, so starchy foods and starchy vegetables, which really are the everyday food that should form the base of an athlete's diet. You also have to get an idea of what nutrient-poor carbohydrate foods are, such as soft drink, energy drinks, lollies, and carbohydrate gels. And these shouldn't be a major part of the everyday diet, but can provide a compact carbohydrate source around training time. And then finally, you have the high-fat carbohydrate foods, where you're looking at pastries and cakes and crisps and chips as well. And these are what we refer to as sometimes foods, which are really not best to be consumed around training sessions if they can be avoided. Protein makes a very small contribution to energy supply in exercise and is hardly used up at all. However, an exercising muscle does increase in mass over a period of time, so that when a person first starts to take regular exercise, more protein will initially be retained by the body. However, when equilibrium is reached, the additional food consumed to meet the energy needs of the person in training should actually provide more than enough protein to meet the needs of the muscles for repair. The following table gives examples of many basic foods that provide 10 grams of protein per serving. Many people typically turn to meat, poultry, and dairy products to obtain protein, and these food sources are considered to be of high value due to the protein in the food containing all the essential amino acids required to build muscle tissue. Don't forget that plant foods such as bread, pasta, rice, breakfast cereal, legumes, lentils, and nuts also contribute significant amounts of protein to the overall diet. These protein sources are incomplete and are missing some important amino acids. It is important to mix these incomplete proteins together to ensure adequate amino acid balance. Many athletes put a lot of emphasis on the pre-event meal, believing it is the key element to performance. It is important to remember that food eaten throughout the training week and food and fluid consumed during the event is just as important. Food consumed before exercise is only useful once it has been digested and absorbed. A general guide is to have a meal about 3 to 4 hours before exercise, or a lighter snack about 1 to 2 hours before exercise. Ideally, you need to experiment to find the timing, amount, and makeup that best suits you and your individual needs. Food eaten before exercise should provide carbohydrate and also should be low in fat and moderate in fiber to make digestion easier and reduce the risk of gastrointestinal discomfort. In terms of fluid, you really want to begin each exercise session in fluid balance and make sure that you're properly hydrated. Foods to eat about 3 to 4 hours before exercise include crumpets with jam or honey and flavored milk, baked potato and cottage cheese filling and glass of milk, baked beans on toast or breakfast cereal with milk, bread roll with cheese and meat filling and banana, or a fruit salad with fruit-flavored yogurt, or even pasta or rice with a sauce based on low-fat ingredients. On the other hand, if you have only 1 to 2 hours before exercise, you can look at maybe using a liquid meal supplement if you've trained with it and you're comfortable with taking it, or a milkshake or fruit smoothies. You can also look at sports bars, breakfast cereal with milk or cereal bars, or fruit-flavored yogurt or fruit on its own. If you have less than an hour, you might want to consider bringing in something like a sports drink, ideally if you've trained with it in the past so that you know that you're comfortable with taking it again. You can look at taking cordial or sports bars instead. General advice for eating before exercise is to have a carbohydrate-rich meal or a snack 2 to 4 hours before. However, in a multi-event situation like the one you're going to face for the Team Health Challenge, this may not always be practical. The breaks between events may not be long enough for a meal or a large snack to be digested. Instead, a better strategy might be to have a planned graze throughout the day on lots of small nutritious snack foods, and you need to make sure to keep your fluids up throughout the day. After exercise, your first priority is to consume some carbohydrate-containing food which will be readily absorbed and delivered to the muscles. So you're looking at high-sugar foods like sweets and honey and soft drinks, raisins and bananas. Later on, foods such as pasta noodles and porridge are acceptable as they cause a slower but more sustained increase in sugar levels, which can enter the muscles over a longer period of time to maintain the refueling process. Some athletes find that they don't want to eat immediately after exercise. In this case, a carbohydrate-containing drink is useful, or small carbohydrate-containing snacks which are eaten at frequent intervals are also useful. However, a meal or large snack high in carbohydrate should still really be consumed within 2 hours. Finally, it is essential that you experiment to find the timing, the amount, and type of food and drink that best suits your individual needs to achieve your peak performance in the Team Health Challenge.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rolland, for all of your advice over the last weeks to help out our Team Health Challengers. I'm sure they've enjoyed it. Good luck, teams. We'll be seeing you next week for your final assessment. Make sure you check out our Facebook page as well, because the BMF boys are going to be on there giving you some hints and tips as well. So good luck, everyone. Look forward to seeing you soon.